Most men lose respect the moment they open their mouth, and they don't even realize it. It's not what they do. It's what they say, casually, emotionally, without thinking. And once those words are out, respect is gone, silently, permanently. The Stoics understood this. They believed discipline begins with speech, because words reveal weakness before actions do. In this video, I'll show you 5 things weak men say without realizing it, and what Stoics would say instead. Most people focus on confidence. Stoics focused on restraint. The first phrase sounds harmless. The 5th one instantly lowers your status, even with people who like you. If you care about respect, authority, or self-control, you need to hear all 5. Let's start with the first thing weak men say, and why Stoics cut it out completely. Point number 1. I'm just being honest. Weak men hide behind this sentence. I'm just being honest is what people say right before they complain, overshare, or dump their emotions on others, then act surprised when respect disappears. Stoics never used honesty as an excuse for lack of control. There's a difference between truth and emotional leakage. Most men don't speak because it's necessary. They speak because they feel pressure to explain themselves. And every unnecessary explanation lowers your status. Marcus Aurelius warned against this. He believed your character should speak before your words ever do. Strong men don't announce their frustrations. They don't narrate their inner chaos. They don't need to justify how they feel. They choose silence, not because they're afraid to speak, but because they understand this rule. Not every thought deserves a voice. Stoics eliminate this phrase completely, and with it, the habit of weakening themselves out loud. Point number 2. I don't care what they think. On the surface, this sounds strong. In reality, it's usually said by men who care too much. If you truly didn't care what others thought, you wouldn't need to announce it. This phrase almost always appears after rejection, criticism, or social failure. It's not confidence, it's defense. Stoics never wasted energy denying reality. They accepted it, adjusted, and moved forward in silence. When a man says, I don't care what they think, what people hear is insecurity disguised as indifference. And socially, that's expensive. High-status men don't argue with perception. They let results speak. They observe how they're received, correct quietly, and never explain themselves to protect their ego. The Stoic approach is brutal but effective. Care about what you control, your behavior, your standards, your discipline. Everything else? No commentary required. That silence is what people actually respect. Point number 3. Do you think that's okay? This sentence quietly gives your power away. Every time a man asks for permission instead of acting, he signals uncertainty, not politeness, not humility, but doubt in his own judgment. Seeking validation feels safe. It feels responsible. But socially, it lowers your position. Stoics understood this instinct and rejected it early. They believed a man must first be governed by his own standards, or he will forever borrow confidence from others. When you constantly ask for approval, people stop seeing you as someone who leads. They see someone who waits. Strong men don't need agreement to move. They decide, act, and accept the outcome without explaining themselves. That doesn't mean being reckless. It means trusting your preparation more than other people's opinions. The Stoic rule is simple and ruthless. If you need permission to believe in your choice, it was never yours to begin with. Point number 4. This always happens to me. This sentence exhausts people. Not because your problems aren't real, but because repetition without responsibility drains social energy. When a man constantly complains, even subtly, he trains others to associate him with heaviness. Conversations feel like obligations. Presence feels like weight. Stoics saw this pattern clearly. They believed suffering becomes weakness when it's broadcast, instead of addressed. Every time you say, "This always happens to me," you signal that life is happening to you, and that you're powerless to change it. Socially, that's dangerous. People don't respect chronic frustration. They tolerate it until they quietly distance themselves. Strong men process adversity privately. They adapt, adjust, and return without making others carry their burden. The Stoic standard is ruthless but freeing. If you won't take responsibility for the pattern, stop asking others to listen to it. Point number 5. I deserve this. This sentence poisons character. When a man says, "I deserve this," attention, loyalty, success, understanding, he reveals entitlement without leverage. The world doesn't reward need. It responds to competence, discipline, and value. Stoics rejected entitlement completely. They believed life owes you nothing, and that belief made them dangerous in the best way. Socially, entitlement repels. People can sense it immediately. It turns confidence into arrogance, and expectation into disappointment. Strong men don't demand outcomes. They earn position. They show up prepared, consistent, and calm, without asking for recognition or sympathy. The moment you believe you deserve something without continuous effort, you stop improving, and people stop respecting you. The Stoic rule is brutal but freeing. You are owed nothing. Earn everything. Most men don't lose respect because they're weak. They lose it because they speak without discipline. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Your words are not harmless. They reveal your standards, your self-control, and your position in the world. Every phrase you eliminate makes you quieter. Every silence you choose makes you stronger. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to announce what you feel. And you don't need validation to act with conviction. Control your speech, and you control how you are perceived. Control it long enough, and you won't need perception at all. That is Stoic power. Not loud, not dramatic, but undeniable. If this made you pause, subscribe. Not for motivation, for discipline. This channel is for men who value restraint, clarity, and quiet strength. If that's you, you're in the right place. See you in the next video.